Gardens are more than just patches of land. They are a living work of art, bursting with all shades of colors and telling stories. Don't you think so, Thelma?
Indeed, that makes a lot of sense, Patience. And it's my pleasure to let you all know that you've just embarked on a vibrant journey of colors with us. The mesmerizing beauty of flowers, yes, flowers in our garden.
So let's take a look at the magical hues of colors, where I ask you two questions. Number one will be, do you know that flowers get their colors from the pigments? And very important one, do you own a garden?
And if you don't own a garden yet, perhaps it's time to think of growing one. You don't have to have green fingers. Do you know that flowers have secrets? And then talk about the symbolism. This one will surprise you perhaps. The health benefits. Yes, the health benefits.
The benefits of flowers, so many of them. So as we all know, beauty and nature and its beauty is all around us. And in appreciation of beauty, let's get prepared to be uplifted, to be rejuvenated, to be refreshed and inspired, because that's what we do on our show. It is your favorite weekend show, Weekend Deal, coming to you from the network service of the NTA. I am Patience Eloy Abba.
And my name is Thelma Obazi. Always a pleasure to have your company on the show. Don't doubt it for a second. All what we have said is factual.
True.
And we have experts who will join us in the course of the show to ensure that you gain clarity, understanding, and perhaps you begin to grow a garden if you don't already have one.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, it is your favorite weekend show, Weekend Deal, coming to you from the network service of the NTA. And this today, it's all about the colors of the garden, talking about flowers. We do know that flowers play a very important role in our environment, from ensuring that we have a healthy ecosystem, beautifying our environment, improving the quality of air we breathe, and so much more. Flowers are important. It is time for our backgrounder, but let me leave you with this question. Valentine is coming. Your husband, your sweetheart, your significant other comes home with, in one hand, I'm going to describe it vividly, peppered, sweet, delicious suya, all peppered up and smelling nice. And in the other hand, beautiful flowers, smelling good. Which will you pick? Which will you pick? Flowers, suya? Let us know as you send in your messages. It is time for the backgrounder, and it is by NTA Jos.
Flowers are nature's masterpiece, showcasing breathtaking beauty and captivating our senses. Their delicate petals, vibrant colors, and intoxicating fragrances evoke emotions, inspire creativity, and bring joy to our lives.
Some of the indigenous plants that thrive well in Plateau State because of the weather are, we have Eucalyptus camadolensis and Eucalyptus toroliana. Then we have Cycas species, we have cactus, we have Jatropha.
Flowers hold significant cultural and symbolic meanings. They play a vital role in our daily lives by adding beauty and fragrance to our homes, purifying the air, and improving the ambience.
Plateau is the main place that you get cut flowers. Cut flowers are flowers that you use for arrangements. for occasions, for wreaths, for birthdays and things like that.
In environmental conservation efforts, wildflowers support local bee populations and honey production. Flowers are often a meaningful element at ceremonies like memorials, graduations, and weddings, among others.
Red means love and admiration. Purple means passion. We have cream roses. Cream can mean charm. We have yellow. Yellow can mean friendship. We have white. White could mean innocence. We have pink. Pink would mean gratitude. Peach can be used saying thank you. And green can also mean good news. Roses are very, very significant to us. And where there is love, there is peace, there is harmony, they bloom. But where there is no love, there's no peace. They tend to not do very, very well. So wherever you see roses doing fine and lovely, just know there's love there. So the fragrance of roses is very, very lovely, and it's something to have around you, as it adds value to the environment or even the living room where you put it. Flowers are usually in high demand, especially during the Valentine's season, and it becomes a bit very scarce because of the demand becomes high.
Cultivating economic plants in home gardens provides numerous benefits.
Any plant that is green will exchange gas that will take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. Number 2 is food. Number 3 is a source of money to us. And the fruit itself is good for our body. Then the root for medicinal purpose. There are rules in planting. There are some plants that doesn't have a lateral root and tap root. It's the one that spreads around, which it can affect the building. And some of them have the tap root that can go down straight, which is example is palm. You can even plant a palm or coconut close to your building. It doesn't have a harm to your building. We don't have space. We are living in a rented house. You can put 1 or 2 pots and plant these spices inside. You can harvest them from there and start using them. We have cactus in Plateau State. There are many benefits of having cactus because they thrive well in Plateau State. We use it as a demarcation. We also use it as a medicinal purpose. You can eat it for a stomach problem. The fruit of the cactus, not all, there are some of the fruit, the cactus that has fruit. You can take the fruit. It's very good for our body. It nourishes our body.
By exploring the world of native and exotic flowers, we can appreciate their cultural significant role in aromatherapy and wellness.
The oil that is being used for aromatherapy, we have one like lavender. Lavender oil is also used for aromatherapy. Then the ginger oil is also used for aromatherapy massage. Then the coconut oil is also used for aromatherapy massage. And almond oil is also used. We have a lot of them. It's also used as aromatherapy massage. The reason why we use that because it has to do with plant, natural, fresh oil. That is why it's being used. We can't use mineral oil because it clots the pores.
Cultivating economic plants in our home gardens not only provide income and promote sustainable living, but also adds beauty to the surroundings.
Beautiful and vibrant colors reaching us from Jazz. Well done, great job. You've done to showcase how beautiful a garden can be, and of course, we're coming to learn about the inherent health benefits. Patience talked about suya and flowers. Where is the place of the brand new car? Not the Toyota, the Bentley she talked about now. The Bentley, suya, this year. Okay, we'll talk about that in the course of the conversation, receiving flowers and giving. That has its place, please. But first of all, provide all the other things and create the enabling environment for me to smile when I receive the bouquet. Okay, talking about bouquet arrangements and flower decorations, Dayola has been working hard to ensure that she gets you the best of the best so that your eyes are very interested and happy, and so are all the other senses. Dayo, please showcase what you got.
Flowers have the power to brighten any space, celebrate any occasion, and express emotions that words cannot.
When deciding the color palette for floral arrangements, there are different things you can take into consideration. One is the type of event you are having. Is it a wedding? Is it a corporate event? If it's a wedding, many a times the couple will give you a color palette they want to work with, which could be maybe the favorite color of the bride or the groom, or what they want to create, depending on the kind of theme of event they have. Another one will be, if it was a corporate event, it will be maybe the brand colors of the organization. And so those will guide you on the colors to use when arranging your flowers.
Flowers have always been a universal symbol of love, beauty, and connection. They hold the ability to transform any environment into something magical. But behind every beautiful bouquet or arrangement is an art form that combines creativity, attention to detail, and a deep understanding of nature.
To be able to keep fresh flowers for a longer period of time, one, when you take out the flowers from the garden or you take the flowers and put in an arrangement, you have to keep on trimming um, the stem of the flowers. So you cut the flowers at an angle. You make sure that the container you put the fresh flowers in has water. Make sure the container is clean so that it prevents bacteria from affecting the flower. Make sure that not in a very cold or very hot environment. So sometimes you can store them in the fridge. You have to, sometimes you can also put flower food in the arrangement depending on how long you want to keep it. So something that can feed your flowers are things like sugar, vinegar, or bleach, which will keep bacteria out of it and help the lifespan of the flower. And for silk flowers, it's not as difficult to keep as like the fresh flowers, because once you keep them in good condition, your storage is good. You can wash them, you can dry them, you can air them, and then it keeps it for a longer period of time.
From romantic roses to playful sunflowers, every flower tells a story. Arrangements can evoke emotions, celebrate milestones, and create unforgettable memories. In today's world, floral decor isn't just about tradition, it's about self-expression and creativity.
Begin to see very large flower arrangements. You see the ceiling treatments full of flowers, hanging and cascading flower arrangement, very lush arrangement, very tall arrangements, very high centerpieces. And you have a case where people are having using very bold colors now, very deep reds, purples, yellows, unlike before that everybody wanted to use neutral or pastel tones. So these flowers, a bit dusty, and sometimes you have them in your house this way. The best, put some liquid wash or soap in that water, and then you just dip it inside and shake, just dip it for a few minutes and shake. Don't use any abrasive sponges or rags or anything.
Whether you are a florist, a hobbyist, or simply someone who loves flowers, inspiration is everywhere. Start by exploring color palettes, soft pastels for weddings, bold and vibrant hues for birthdays, or neutral tones for minimalist spaces. Think about balance and texture, the contrast between lush, full blooms, and delicate accents can make an arrangement truly stand out.
Flowers indeed make our environment extremely beautiful. I mean, a plain environment can be instantly transformed by just placing flowers in corners. So our conversation is about to begin, and our guests are here, and it's an honor to introduce our first guest. He's Mr. Olufemi Shesi Michael, aka Aboke for Christ. Let's see his profile.
It's great to have you on Weekend Deal.
Welcome.
The pleasure is mine. The pleasure is
Michael
mine.
Olushesi.
Now good.
What a unique name. What a unique name. In the course of the show, we'd like to know how you came by the coinage.
I can't wait.
Aboki for Christ. But
Yes.
that'll be later. Since we are loaded, let's let the world know about the other interesting people who have come to keep us company today on the show and to provide much clarity about callers of the garden. It gives me pleasure to welcome Mr. Ikemefuna Naji. He's the Director of Operations, Sustainable Development Farm. I also read about his visionary moves and steps he's taking, talking about pioneering agriculture and education, also about agriculture. We'll see his profile and then we get to meet him. Stay with us.
Laugh, not be smart again.
You're most welcome to Weekend Deal.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
You see what we say? In this picture, he was looking very, very serious, and then we say he must smile for us. That's why he was smiling when he came on, and he gave us that smile. Okay, we have another guest in the house, a gentleman. He is Alhaji Aliu Abubakar, a consultant, and he's a retired director from the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade, and Investment. Let's see his profile. You're welcome.
It was great to have you on Weekend Deal. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Oga Aliu Abubakar. It's great to have you join us. We're talking about colors of the garden. And even though we want to know much about Aboki for Christ and how he coined that very intriguing AKA, we'd like to hit the ground running about the colors of the garden. Earlier, Patience talked about, on a light note, because she said Valentine is coming. All of us know about Valentine. We are Nigerian women, very, very proud of our Nigerian men. But if I go down memory lane, I can see where many women were excited to receive roses. Perhaps because Patience is already in a Bentley, she thinks the white flowers will really hit the mark. What do you feel, what is your take on men giving women flowers and how women receive it? We would say Nigeria is a nation of flowers giving and flowers receiving. How have we fared over time from your own young age when you were courting somebody up till now when I know you've been married for quite a bit and you are about to welcome grandchildren? Tell us about that. The flower giving, the gentlemen are giving, right? And women receiving. Is this something that you think will bring us more joy?
Yes.
Thank you very much. And as you rightly said, Valentine is on the corner, I think on the 14th of this month.
February, yes.
And that will be a day for giving and receiving flowers. And I think it says a lot for men to give and for the women to receive. So for me, it symbolizes love, bond, friendship, and maybe the needs to get together. So it is an important occasion, and flowers should be given as much as possible. And the women should be excited receiving such flowers from yes.
Their husbands and all.
From their husbands and
Oh,
partners.
Okay, I don't know. When you said we should be excited, I am trying to be actually excited. Hey, thank you so much.
We are so excited.
For the
Okay, what about the
flowers?
suya? Her two hands were busy. Patience's hands, while she sat in her Bentley, she welcomed flowers and then she welcomed suya.
Yeah.
So are the flowers going to come alone? And if you've been giving flowers Valentine for over 2 decades, 20 years of marriage, Haba, you come again the 20th year with flowers.
No,
She's cool.
The flowers can be complemented by other things.
Oh,
Yes.
Alaji,
nice.
God bless you. Alaji, God bless you. That's what
Nigerian men, take advice. So.
If you are watch and take. So, Aboki for Christ.
Yes.
So, you know, we are interested in your name, right? Tell us a little bit before we even dig into what we are doing today. Why are you Aboki for Christ? How did that name come about?
So I actually grew up in the northern part of Nigeria. Actually, I grew up in Azare, Bauchi State.
Wow.
Yes, that was where I did my primary and secondary school. I am originally from Abeokuta, Ogun State, but the early part of my life was, you know, my formative stage of my life was in the north. And by the time I finished secondary school, when I returned to the southwest, I could not speak Yoruba very well. So when I speak Yoruba, my siblings will laugh and say, see him speaking Yoruba like an Aboki. So that was where they began calling me Aboki. And then when I was to start comedy, the first time I performed was actually in a church program, in a youth program. So they asked me, what name should we call you when we are to introduce you? So I was like, okay, since I actually, it's a church kind of gathering, I just said, okay, call me Aboki for Christ. That was where the name was coined. Yes.
Interesting story.
But your accent, you put it on, right?
It's part of the...
it's part of your brand.
You're working on it.
You know, they can only admire, they can't copy, because you are an original.
Yes, sir.
That's nice. Thank you so much for letting us into your interesting and intriguing history.
The pleasure is mine.
Okay, Mr. Ekimifo, we're coming to you now. Visionary, pioneering, already thinking, how will all those titles beautify the colors in our garden? You know that Alaji has talked about roses and flowers. Let me leave that one for now. I will still come back because the Bentley interests me more than the flowers for now. But because the colors are our focus, let us delve in there. Over time, people have had this notion, perhaps it's wrong, that gardening is for the elites or those who their stomach is full. They will now sit down, you know, start buying, even buying flowers. You know, you need to buy them sometimes to plant. And the journey, they'll say, when I'm rushing from here to here, going to work, doing my 9 to 5 and hustling, when will I have time to sit in the garden, wear gloves and all of that? Is gardening really for the elites? When we got this topic, I asked a neighbor of mine, you know, there's some equipment you need to garden. And I mentioned one, she started laughing. Please, you people just leave me, Joe, with your Oibo. So if some people do not even know some of the equipment that we can use, do you think we're harnessing the potentials that gardening can bring for us as we ought to?
Sincerely speaking, the gardening is not for the elites. And in our time now, gardening is for everybody, both the children. Like I own a school in the East, and we're teaching the children at an early stage how to start the value and the benefits of gardening, providing food for your household, and equally getting revenue from it as well, and equally protecting the environment, because these are the areas. So for area of flowers, there are a lot of flowers that improve our mood. Like you talk about lavender, chamomile, even the snake plant that you keep in your room, and equally takes out the carbon dioxide in your room and releases oxygen and improves your relaxation when you're sleeping. Now, when you in the area of gardening, personally, I have flowers. I actually have edible plants, but I do more of edible farming, gardening, where you get medicinal plants and equally what you eat from it. So there's something that you lack in the process. You're equally saving costs because the time you're going to use to go to the market to go and buy, the money you used to go to the market to go and buy vegetables, you are saving that one. You are providing food for your household, you are protecting your own environment at the same time. So that's it. So basically speaking, the gardening is for everybody.
Among these beautiful colors that we can use to build cohesion, there's a little bit of danger here and there. And many people are not aware. Because if you tell us go and plant, all of us will just go and start planting. But there are things we ought not to plant. Perhaps there are even soils we ought not to plant with. And there's a procedure and a process to every planting. Then how do you become a visionary and a pioneer? And I'm not. Why are we calling you all those nice, interesting names when you're just planting? And Aladi here says, I too can plant. But my name is just ordinary Thelma.
Okay, thank you for that question. In the area of visionary and pioneering, definitely some people would have done most of the things we've done. But personally, we do home gardening, and from the little that we were doing, we had more than we could consume at a time. And in order to equally, during the COVID-19 lockdown, in order to curb the post-harvest loss, we started dehydrating most of the products that we had. Dehydrating. Yeah.
I mean, expatiate on that.
When I mean dehydrate, we use the dehydrators to dry them so that they will not spoil, like the mint leaves. We have the moringa as well. We had oregano. We had lemongrass and some other herbal plants and spices. So eventually, we were consuming, giving to our neighbors, giving to our friends. A lot of them say that they were being healed.
Out for food.
Yes,
yeah.
They were being healed of one ailment or the other. And we started putting them together. At the end of the day, we noticed that these things really work.
Okay, one of the functions of flowers is purifying the air. How exactly and in what way exactly does flower do that? NTA Owerri will tell us.
From purifying the air to enhancing aesthetics, we dive into the wonderful world of plants and flowers. Horticulture in Nigeria is a growing industry, with many embracing flower cultivation for both personal and commercial purposes.
Horticulture is a branch of agriculture that deals with fruit production, vegetable, and floriculture. Floriculture is area that deals with cultivation, management, and sales of flower and ornamental plants.
From roses to white queen Philippine, Imolites are discovering the joy of growing their own flowers. Ornamental plants not only add beauty to our homes and environments, but they also play a crucial role in purifying the air. Let's take a look at some of these amazing plants.
Rose flowers. Of tongue. Solid flamboyant. This is passion fruit.
Pace lilies, spider plants, and snake plants are just a few examples of ornamental plants that are known to improve air quality. These plants absorb toxins and pollutants, leaving the air cleaner and fresher.
When we breathe out carbon dioxide. Ornamental will now absorb the carbon dioxide and give us oxygen. They help in purification of environment. Before you have industries that will generate noise, they will expect you that you must plant some ornamental that will help in noise reduction.
Indoor plants are especially important in urban areas where air pollution can be a major problem. By placing these plants in our homes and offices, we can create a healthier and most beautiful environment. How then do we keep these plants looking their best? Christina Ugwetendo, a graduate of English from UNN, and her husband Mo Ugwetendo, a botanist from the same university, run Greenfield Associates.
With your garden, I can feel it because we are now entering the rainy season so that the water will not be too much in the garden. And during dry season, you water your plants. During rainy season, you make sure that they are exposed to sunlight.
When you mix the soil with poultry manure, then when you plant it, will give you exactly what you want, provided you put water.
When it comes to placing plants in your home, consider the lighting and temperature requirements of each plant. Place plants that require direct sunlight near windows and those that prefer shade in cooler areas of the home. A clean, green, and beautiful environment is not just a luxury, but a basic human right. Let us strive to protect and preserve it for future generations.
So, you know, listening to all the guests that have, you know, been speaking here, I feel left out because the kind of English that all of them are speaking is actually getting me scared. I'm telling you, because somebody like me, the fact that I can even speak in English today is a testimony. Because in the village I grew up, the primary and the secondary schools that I attended, everything they were teaching us, they teach us in Hausa, including English language. You can imagine when your teacher is teaching you English language. For example, if the woman says, this is a ball, she's expecting us to repeat after her. And so we go to look. Until she says, "Wannan kwallo ne," we say, "Yawwa." Yawwa, madam. It was like that. We speak Hausa both inside and outside the class until one day, Commissioner for Education now visited my school. Okay. The man entered my class. As soon as he entered, we stood up and disgraced the school. We greeted the man in Hausa. So no, those who are Oga Commissioner. This one was so angry. He now faced our teacher. What kind of children are you people raising for me in this school? Now, as from today, there must be no more vernacular speaking in this school. Any child that speaks in vernacular gets 24 strokes of cane. People like us that could not communicate in English, we became deaf and dumb in the class. If you want to borrow pencil from your friend, you talk like deaf and dumb. That was the mode of communication until one day I was pressed. I needed to go and ease myself. But how will I tell my teacher that I want to go and ease myself? After a while, my teacher was teaching. I stood up. I wanted to sneak out. Madam said, "Yes, Aboki, what's your problem? Why are you standing?" I said, "Madam, problem. Hey, wallahi, problem." I sat down. After a while, when I stood up again, she said, "What is it? Why are you standing now?" And I said, "Madam, water, body, sweat."
Let's give it up for Aboki for Christ. That's amazing. You know, Alaji, I hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
You know, water, but it's weekend deal, and it's colors of that amazing garden. And there's more when we come back from this short break. Please don't go anywhere so you don't miss out. You snooze, you lose.
Welcome back. Today on Weekend Deal, it's all about the colors of the garden that tell a story. And today in the studio, indeed, we are hearing stories of what can come out of the garden. Before we went on the break, Mr. Naji had told us about going through a very difficult process with his son and basically using nature to help that process. Please, Mr. Najioba, tell us more. And there's some products we can see. Yeah. Tell us about these products.
Okay, like I said earlier, from growing just a small garden, we ended up going to processing and packaging fruits and vegetable teas. Right here, I have a 22 combo herbal tea powder, comprised of about 22 different fruits, vegetables, and spices. It provides micronutrients for your body to function in a day, and you start seeing results within 24 to 48 hours. Once you start taking it, your body gets the fuel it needs. It's just like a car. If there's no fuel inside, it will park you on the road. But once you put fuel, start immediately answers you. So once you give your body the micronutrients, you see yourself performing immediately. It gives you the mental alertness. Good for the old, young, and equally the children as well. So it's rich. It's loaded with all the nutrients your body needs in a day. So it comes from, you have even oyster mushroom. You have oyster mushroom inside that has a lot of antioxidants in it as well.
That's a healthy plant.
Yes, a healthy plant. Mushroom grows on trees, but we're able to find ways to grow them in our house in a hydroponic way inside a farm there. We'll create a enabling environment for it to thrive, and it grows and we harvest them. So you have both carrots inside, you have banana in it, you have beetroot, you have lemon, moringa, ginger, date, tiger nut, clove, fluted pumpkin, which is your ogo. And like I said earlier, ogo is what I've given to my wife this Valentine.
Hey,
Valentine.
no. Hey,
Yes, to go
what
with
kind
the
of green
suya.
love is that?
Go with the
What
suya
kind
and
of green
flowers.
love is that?
See, we are Nigeria. It's green,
Are you not
white,
that
for
green,
you?
white, green.
Sorry,
I am
green,
fighting for
white,
madam.
green.
You are a proponent of suya and leaf now.
Mm.
At least let the leaf be edible, not just flower that will die after 3 weeks. Give edible leaf with the suya, so you eat healthy.
There's a song. The land is green.
Is green.
Is green. You say the land is red, though. It's
I
not
know
green.
it's Your messages are coming. Let me quickly take some few messages. Somebody said, good morning. Is it good for pregnant mothers since it contains lemon and others? Somebody wants to know if it's good for pregnant women. Before you go with that. Okay, so somebody said, display the name of the product. How can we get it? One Mr. Eki. And then one person says, how do we get this product in Delta State? One says, flower can serve as self-employment. Abdul Rashid Kolo, Niger State. Okay, let me speak to Aboki for Christ. Okay, let's look.
Okay, he would have answered the one
Okay,
about
you wanted
pregnant
to answer
women.
first.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
please quickly answer.
Okay,
Is it good for pregnant women?
we don't encourage pregnant women to take the
good.
product,
That's very important.
and we don't encourage lactating mothers to take the product because it has it can reduce weight. Understand? So if you're taking it, the child takes it, you find out your child might not be growing robust the way you want the child to grow, and start looking skinny, you think the child is sick and all that.
The same way you learn how to garden, you also learn how to groom your home, your man, and yourself. Learn from those who have been there. Learn why they are still smiling and why they are in Bentleys today. Do you understand?
Anyway,
They're putting the word.
Anyways, before you go to let Alhaji say something.
Yeah, for me, I think he raised an important issue, but I'm not supporting him 100%.
Yes.
Partnership, love, or anything is a two-way street.
Yes.
Mutual.
So let it be
symbiotic.
Exactly.
But we who we are old school,
in as much
old
as,
school, we do give and take.
That's
It's
old
some
school.
young people now who believe that the man should do everything, and it starts from the courtship. But let me, before you answer, I've learned, nowadays we have taught people how to treat us. Couples have grown together and they understand each other. Oughtn't the man to teach his girlfriend, who is a wife to be, how to do it? And then the lady too telling the man how he should work?
Well, before he answers this question, NTA Casina has been eager and they've been saying, we are ready, want to join this conversation. NTA Casina, take it away.
A flower is that vegetative part of a plant or structure from which fruits and vegetables are actually obtained. That is a flower. Every other health treatment comes after food. So it is from the flower that you get our food indirectly. Directly, we can also get food from flowers. Because the sepals of a flower like hibiscus, which in Hausa we call yakwa, is used to make quite a number of confectionery products. A number of anti-inflammatory drugs, a number of anti-hypertensive drugs, a number of antibacterial drugs are also derived from flowers when processed. It actually releases or relieves a lot of stress on human beings, and it also helps in sleep. Of course, the fragrance, the odor, and the aroma are also beneficial, also used in quite a number of products. Flowers help to clear the environment from environmental pollutants and toxics that might be flying in the air. The flowers actually have to attract them and immobilize them, thereby helping to keep our environment healthy and clean. Of course, the bee has to pollinate the flowers, has to visit the flowers, eat from the nectar, which subsequently produces the honey that you actually consume. And we know the importance of honey as far as medical practice is actually concerned.
Interesting there. You know that the health benefits are so enormous that we're even tempted to begin to plant our garden right here. And the beautiful and interesting stories we have learned, making us even doubly eager, is a gambit of information. We've learned about relationships, the beauty of flowers, the symbolic nature. That's why earlier on, patients, we said secrets. So we are one by one bringing them out. And it's interesting to learn from Mr. Naji that this is his first venture into something of this nature. It was the miracle he witnessed with his son that got him so involved. And he wants Nigerians to be healthy, because everything we have named here, it all can come after. To even enjoy Valentine's Day,
you have to be healthy.
You have to be healthy.
That's right.
Whether you're going to give a present or receive, first be in health, Abi, and book it for Christ.
Right.
You've told us about the 22. What else do you have in your stable?
We have
this is not advert.
No.
You know that, but I said 10% is for us. You know, sponsorship. We are going to partner.
Yeah, no problem. Now, we have veggie swallow made from cabbage and mushroom. Now, you make this like your normal semo or your eba. For people who have diabetes or are running from carbs, lots of carbohydrates, and you still have that craving to swallow your normal okra, your wedu and all that, just take a little from this inside water, turn it, and it will be firm for you to equally swallow. No, now your carb intake will be reduced. Consider if you eat a lot of rice, you eat a lot of other carbs, and then you still add yam. You see, because when I asked you what you ate yesterday, and my time you ate gari in the morning, yam in the afternoon, rice in the evening, and that might be your own balanced diet. I think probably you have changed everything, but you may want to run away from one of those things, and that's where things like this come handy. It's made from cabbage and mushroom, rich in antioxidants, and with a lot of vitamin D on this. So you probably have the soursop tea. This is your regular soursop leaf tea. So in your garden, definitely you want to have this. We encourage people to grow them, plug the leaves, boil it, and drink. My regular tea in the morning is the 22 combo, or I take mango leaf, pawpaw leaf, soursop leaf, guava leaf, lemongrass, turmeric, and ginger, boil it and drink every morning. I actually take
boil it and sieve the water.
Yeah, sieve the water, the cinnamon and ginger and garlic into it. Then make as much as possible, bottle them, and that's my beverage. That's what I take. That's healthier for me.
Okay, bottle them and preserve in the fridge.
Yeah, in the fridge.
That's the gel in the aloe vera.
Yeah,
so that over time,
you can you add water to it to make it as much bigger quantity. That's make it enough for you to use. You can take 2 liters, like take 1 aloe vera, use 1 liter of water to mix that, and add the cinnamon, your turmeric, your ginger, and your garlic. Put it in the fridge there. You enjoy it all day. When you want to get refreshed, you can drink that. You can equally make the 22 combo like that and put in your fridge and drink it like that.
Rather than soft drinks.
Rather than soft drinks, which is carbonated drinks, lots of sugar and all that.
Is this something you think our children will also enjoy?
They will enjoy it very, very well. And if you rest assured, your children will not get to the hospital as soon as possible. You yourself will not go to the hospital as soon as possible, because the only reason why you will fall sick is when you are lacking a nutrient. When your body is deficient of any particular nutrient, you see yourself, that is reporting. And your sickness might start like 6 months back without you even knowing, but it is coming. Understand? But you will see all the signs, but you may not notice it because of your regular running around and all that. But if you're someone that listens to your body, you will know when there's something wrong. So, but when you give yourself micronutrient, you find that the energy level you use starting in the morning by 7 o'clock is what you used to come back in the evening.
Wow.
Amazing. And
24 hours, 24 hours energy.
Wow. Somebody say, hello, good morning, I'm enjoying weekend deal. How can we get this product in Delta? It's not just with us. So I am Abdukarim Yahaya. Hello, good morning, I'm enjoying weekend deal program. Have a good weekend, all of you.
Our weekend
so
will be
we'll
grand.
Send the number, yes.
We're getting great healthy news.
So, can I answer that?
Yes.
Okay. Currently, we have our resellers more in Enugu and Anambra, and you can order for the product from the website, and it will be delivered to your doorsteps. By next month, by...
Okay, well,
yes,
well,
we'll send it via, we'll send it to
them.
You know that, on a very serious note, Mr. Ekemefuna, we're partnering, you know.
No
You
problem.
and NTA, a fairly weekend deal.
No problem.
You will now come and sponsor some segments.
No problem.
Because see how we just brought your tea to the table, you left them somewhere. We said, bring in! NTA will tell the world, Patience, please more from your stable. And Aboki will make a joke. We'll use jokes to tell Nigerians how health is wealth. Charlie from Colors of the Guardian.
Yeah. So
Patience,
if I may contribute, I think you need to broaden your base. Maybe you cannot be in all the, maybe the 36 states and FCT, but whether you are going to distribute or maybe regional or at least some specific in each of the regions so that people will be able to access it much better.
Like a head office.
Like a head office or zonal office. Maybe,
we are...
Yeah, something like that.
Alaji, we consult with him after the show. Yes. He's now your consultant. People will consult with Labo after the show.
Okay. All right. People are asking, what kind of flowers can I plant? How do I know, does sunflower produce honey? Somebody asked, Mr. Alaji Kolo asked that and all that. Well, NTA Calabar will tell us what to plant in our gardens. Don't go away.
Economic plants, crops, and vegetables grown in home gardens provide fresh produce for personal consumption as well as create a beautiful and peaceful outdoor space.
This is our home garden. Here we have our mango tree, we have our pawpaw tree, we have guava over there, we have sweet potato. Here we have our traditional beans, our own native beans. We also cultivated our pepper, different types of pepper. We also have our banana here, and we have our cocoyam, different species of cocoyam. And we also have here our onions, which we experimented and it is doing very well. The vegetables that we use here in the south, we have water leaf, we have pumpkin leaf, and we have afang. There are others. Let me look at water leaf because it's most common. In fact, in every home, we use water leaf. It's one of the staple food here in the south.
We eat a vegetable like afang, that's Netum africanum. We eat bitter leaf, Venonia amygdalina. We eat what we call atam, Ahensia crenata. We eat Lacentera africana. We eat Piper guineas, that's the hot leaf. You know, pepper is common. And Venonia amygdalina, I told you bitter leaf, though we have different types. All those are very common vegetables that we consume here.
There are some patients that, are anemic or they suffer from anemia, and they are recommended to take these, the extracts from the ugu.
How do homegrown plants contribute to sustainable living and environmental health?
When you are looking for a vegetable, you want to prepare your food, it is readily available because it is grown in the environment, in the compound. It's accessible, very close to you. Just walk some few steps, you gather your vegetables, and then your food is ready. And then sustainability, you sustain it because you'll be watering it, you monitor the growth and do everything. You see diseases, if there's any infection, then you know how to control it. The environment too will be sanitized.
You may be cooking and say, oh, this pepper is not enough. You just go behind and pluck more and add. You may be doing something, oh, this thing needs some tongue. You go behind and go and cut your tongue. By so doing, we are able to enjoy fresh, harvested crops from our compound, from our backyard, and these crops are more nutritious. Growing these homegrown plants, helps to refine our environmental, atmosphere, reduces pollution. Why? Because these plants, our plants, they take in carbon dioxide and give out oxygen, and oxygen is a purifier.
A full tree obtains or sucks out up to 40 pounds of carbon. That's carbon dioxide from the environment. And 2,226 pounds make 1 ton of carbon dioxide in the environment. So if you have 48 trees in a compound, know that 1 ton of carbon dioxide is absorbed or sequestered. We talk about sequestration, that's capturing of carbon dioxide from the environment and storing it.
In what ways can individuals start home gardens with limited space?
The bagging method, where you fill a bag with soil and then you grow your vegetables. Then we have the hanging garden, where you produce something like a box and hang on your fence, grow your vegetables. You don't need so much space. Even on your wall, the wall of your house, you can still grow. Then you have this other what we call a vertical agriculture or horizontal. You can get different sizes of tire, fill them, and heap them in a way, something like a pyramid will be formed. And then you grow your vegetables round. So that the portion, the vegetable that would have needed, say, a very large 5 meters by 5 meters portion can be grown with just a tire.
Even poly bags, these polythene bags, you can grow your vegetable there, you can grow your water leaf there, you know. So you must learn how to, you know, manage your space and still achieve your small garden, because it's very good to be self-sufficient. At least if you are able to produce 60% or even 70% of what you need daily from your garden, it goes a long way. You know, you have saved a lot for the family income.
It was a very interesting journey to and fro across River State, especially because we saw a very interesting garden. Your garden can be your bank account. Your garden can be a hospital or a clinic or a pharmacy where you and your neighbors can go shop, can go pick interesting things. But you must start right now, because earlier on we're chatting with our guests behind the scenes. They say if you don't start to eat your food, good food that is, your exceptional garden as medicine now, in future, you'll be eating your medicine as food. It's weekend deal, you know. Yes, it's serious business sometimes, but we have our friend Aboki for Christ. Aboki for Christ. Do something special.
You know, talking about all of these medicinal leaf, roots, and herbs, one thing came to mind when he was talking about the 22 menene.
22 combo.
22 combo.
Menene.
One of the things you mentioned is that it can increase libido.
Yes.
And a lot of young men are listening.
Yes.
You know, there is something that young men can never miss when you are talking. That libido is very important to many of them.
Which is very vital for Valentine.
Anything you tell a man that increases libido, they will look for it. There was a time, jokingly, we say watermelon can make you do 2 hours. My brother, in Abuja, watermelon became scarce. People that needed watermelon for rejuvenation, they went to market, they couldn't find it. So one guy, who is my friend, he was looking for watermelon everywhere. He said he really needed it for this night. He needed it for this, as he could not get. Now the guy entered market. He bought melon. You know melon? You go see, buy water. He said, now watermelon, that the energy must come.
Oh,
that's
God.
a good one.
I'm working for Christ. Well done. Okay. Nigerians are writing in. I mean, okay, stop. Just stop. Stop.
And Aboki has a song for later.
No,
okay. All right. So to go, it's time for us to go on the break. When we come back, our conversation is on fire. So stay, don't go away. Okay, say something. Say something.
Yeah. So, thank you very much. I think there was an issue of how the product they can get the product. My take is maybe you find a creative way to get the products to different areas or to different parts of the country, so that because if you don't have product and people cannot access it easily, it becomes difficult. So you either find a creative way or maybe get a consultant, somebody who is very, very versed on marketing, to advise you on how best to make those products available in different corners of the country.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you very much, sir. Any other talk about the colors of the garden? 30 seconds, summarize all we have had.
Well, I don't have much, but if I may comment on the headlines news here about some of the diseases that I have mentioned. I think this is alarming, and the authorities need to find a way to address this as quickly as possible, because if you are talking of 200,000 Nigerians, that's a lot of number
A whole lot.
dying annually because of malaria, when in some countries that is a thing of the past.
Yes,
People don't die of malaria any longer. So the authorities concerned should find a way to address this as quickly as possible. And also the issue of new HIV infection is also 200,000. That is quite alarming. From the figures I have, I think about 1.6 million Nigerians are already living with HIV. And we are having new infection of 200,000. That will bring the figure to almost
abysmal.
2 million out of 200,000 Nigerians. So
time is not on our side, sir.
you.
Yes, okay. Government has taken note. Mr. Naji?
Yeah, thank you very much. Coming from flowers and gardening, I want to say we can never go wrong with nature. For the health sector that we're experiencing a surge of people that are sick, it's simply because of the fact they are not eating well, simply because they lack nutrients to make them stay healthy. If you eat right, you will live well. It's as simple as that. So we encourage everybody to go into gardening. No matter how little your space is, do something there. You can plant on your containers if you have cemented floors or interlocked floor. You can plant in your garden, in containers, in bottles, in different formats for you to do that. And another thing is that when you start this, you see that it brings unity between you and your family members. There's this cooperation that comes into play.
Bonding.
There's bonding.
Even beyond the family, the community, there's cohesion.
So, and when you go further, you find out like the government that we are in today is encouraging agriculture.
We need to go now. Thank you so much. I know many of you are asking for Mr. Naji's contact. We will send it to you. But amidst all the fun and all the learning, two things, are integral. Give and take. Aboki said it lightheartedly, but ladies, let's learn to give as well as receive. And make your garden, your bank account, and your pharmacy. Patience. We're going now. What are you going to say?
I'll say goodbye. Plant that thing. Show love. Buy beyond boxers and singlets. Let's start planning now. We can do it, girls. Let's show them. Goodbye and God bless.
God bless.